So many of us take medication regularly, but it can be difficult to get into the bottles, the packets, the containers, and the foil strips that the medication comes in. This could be for a range of reasons. It could be that you've got reduced grip or strength in your hand. It could be difficulty with fine motor control. It could be difficulty with coordination, or maybe you have a tremor, or maybe you're having to do things one-handed when you're not used to doing that. Some of the things can also be quite difficult to see, such as the small tablets. So together we're going to explore some of the options to make life easier. So first, let's think about where you take your medication. Ideally, use a stable work surface like standing at a kitchen worktop if you've got good standing balance and mobility, or sitting at a table. Good lighting can help you see everything clearly and can help with reading any instructions that your medication comes with. Try and focus on the task of taking medication. Avoid trying to do several things at once just to minimise distractions. Create a calm atmosphere, as this can help both with concentration but also with swallowing. If you need your reading glasses or magnifying glasses, have them ready. If you need drink or food to take with your medication as per the directions, then have this ready ahead of time. Okay, let's talk about opening bottles. They can be really tricky to open. Some of the tops can be quite hard. You might have a dishcloth at home. That can be one of the first things to look at using. So use a dishcloth just to give yourself a bit more grip on the top of the bottle, maybe even wet or dry, and that's going to help you with the bottle top. Another thing you might have at home ready is a washing up glove. You can either have these on or off, but they give you, again, more grip to the top of the bottle. If that doesn't work, there is equipment on the market that might help you. You can get rubberized tops that can just fit over the top of the bottle and just helps you get better grip on the bottle and helps you open it. The other thing you can think about using is a rubberized mat. Again, this just helps with grip, so it can go underneath the bottle, and you could use it either just to hold the bottle, or you can use it in combination with the top as well, and then you can open the bottle even one-handed. There are different bottle openers on the market. This is another example of a different size top that could help with different containers as well. It maybe gives you a better grip. This is also a different kind that might be good for smaller bottles, and it actually has a magnifying glass in the top as well. And again, that just fits over the top of the bottle. So it's worth finding the one that actually works for you. If you find you need more stability and the rubber mat isn't making things as easy as it could do, you might want to think about something like this. This is actually a piece of equipment that helps you to hold the bottle in one place, ideal if you're trying to do it with one hand. So again, you can find the right container to put your bottle in, and you can either just use it with one hand by pushing down, or it might be that you can use it in combination with one of the bottle openers that we've talked about before, just like that. There are other medication bottles on the market that require you to both squeeze the top and push down at the same time. These can be really challenging to get into sometimes. The best way to do it is, again, to have a good grip on the bottle, and you might want to use some of the techniques we've talked about before, and to try and find a position where you put all of your body weight behind the top as you push down. Standing up can make this a lot easier. Alternatively, if this is too difficult, it's worth talking to your pharmacist, because sometimes they can dispense the medication in a different type of container, although you do need to think about any vulnerable people around that could get access to the tablets as well. It can be really hard to see some medication. It's good to try and find something with a colour contrast. Again, a rubberized mat like this will show the medication a lot easier. You might also want to think about a bowl or a saucer with colour contrast as well. It just makes life easier to see the medication. Something that can be really difficult is if you have to pour some fluid into a cup like this, a measuring cup, and it's really difficult to see the measure on the side of the cup. So a tip from me would be to use a permanent marker and actually to mark where you need to pour before you start pouring the medication, so you can pour up to the line that you've created. Let's move on to foil strips. These can look easy but can actually be quite challenging. Sometimes it's really hard to pop the medication through the foil strip. It might be that you need to use a gadget to help cut the foil, and these are quite useful. These are ceramic cutters that can just help cut the foil without you hurting yourself. This then just makes it easier to push the medication tablets through. Again, doing this onto a rubber mat or into a container with a contrasting colour can really help and stop the medication rolling away from you. If that doesn't work, there are different things on the market that can actually help you to pop the tablet through the foil. This is one example where you put the foil into the popper and you push down 1 or 2 hands and the tablet comes out into the popper. Now let's take a look at medication boxes. These can help for a variety of reasons, but it's worth trying to choose one that actually works for you. Some of them can be actually quite tricky to open. This is an example of one where you can open one window at a time. Some boxes you'll find that all the medication falls out at the same time, so choose your box well. Some have got days of the week on them. This can be really useful and you can use that in combination with a diary or something that also gives you the prompt of what day of the week it is. Some have got symbols. For example, it might have a sun in the morning and a moon in the evening. Again, try and choose something that you will recognise. It can be really difficult to actually pick up the tablets, particularly if you don't have very good sensation in your fingers. So one way of doing that might be to use something like craft tweezers, and that will help you to pick up the medication. It won't work for every tablet, but it might work for some, and it's worth playing around with different tweezers to find something that works for you. I really hope you found some of these tips useful. There's usually a way to solve a problem. You can also link in with other professionals, like an occupational therapist, like your pharmacist or your GP, and they may have ideas to help you as well. Don't suffer in silence with something like this. It is really worth trying to find somebody that can help you on the journey. If you'd like to know more about medication, we also have other videos on our channel that you can watch. So have a look through for more advice and guidance.